Speaking of hypnotism or of dreaming within the system, in 2014 I was browsing at the library, so boredly reading an account of Pliny, when one little thin book called to me on hypnotism and philosophy, written by Winston Daltrey, whose history of Hitler and the Nazis mostly delves into the occult, so there's no doubt it's legit. So hypnotism, the crux of it is creating mind states by displacing desired states onto poetic images. The primate primitive, or the tulips, were feeling a little sleepy and stuff like that. The slumber black, a unit as me and the scenery as camouflage. His black thought invisible as a drag of your cigarette. The bubbling pleasure to your sweet tooth in what the West would call a leisure suit. The style casually leading you as advertising back into buying things. I also studied advertising in college. I was baptized in the water of it, diving into demographics, his rhymes and internet of interconnected passages within the depths of a castle hidden, the 7-Up splash of a televisual anachronism, awash in ad liquid, as God laughing at physics, his podcast scripted. It's not Mad Villain. It didn't cost $1,000 to build it, as Snodgrass illiterate to the novel half-written. His long-lasting image in the waters half-risen. His dogmatic illness, the song's at its limit. His illmatic dogness, somehow, someway, unbound as Dr. Dre.
What's so funny?
You had to be there.
Oh, okay. Geography joke.
Yesterday, dance competing with television as they advance spears and helmets glistering. The changing channel as spirits flickering. I'm higher than fudge in the hierarchy of drugs as Salvador Dali, so the rappers all excrete a glass of frothy mead for lambs who slaughter sheep herders, a cheeseburger in the vast of the green vernal, on the back of a steep turtle, see earth hurtle perfectly the circle. No ellipses, the poet's idiocy to those hippies slow-wittedly post the 60s, frozen in history as Rome to Livy, controlling the citizenry. Your ghost, it's wind in the trees. All this to say it's wrong to hate his audio trail, the comet's tail, these rocky shapes so loftier than Plato. In the falling rain and snow, the falling rain and snow, the falling rain and snow. Geography friend, the street and ocean, a sonnet sequence, sleep, sand, poetry, the soft seabed, the geoid where over long dreams went. Geography friend, the street and ocean, a sonnet sequence, sleep, sand, poetry, the soft seabed, the geoid where over long dreams went. His helium thought to reach a Lana balloon, long in the tooth as rocks in the Oort. The gray-haired street prophet Enoch, awake to Berryman's dream songs, their raw truth, his éclaircissement. On the streets of Ottawa, among junipers and snow, under the blue purple, our tree houses of worship rooted in earth and the universal. One cute little squirrel left the forest where saintlier minds merged and climbed its church, crept toward where later we'd diverged, its yellow branches of philosophy, a subtle tangle of knotted belief, and that has made all the difference. Yo, geography friend, the street and ocean, a sonnet sequence, sleep, sand, poetry, the soft seabed, the geoid where over long dreams went. Geography friend, the street and ocean, a sonnet sequence, sleep, sand, poetry, the soft seabed, the geoid where over long dreams went. Yo. Upon the village falls an ictus, monolithic in the UFO light beam, lifting God's children, these pseudo-Christs we can believe in, struck by God's accent, but they fucked with the wrong Africans. Pyramidal, monumental, as the diphthong velcroed together an assemblage of letters, his metal bridge, a big band, infinite, endless, no hard crane but going hard in the paint, a bard with the layup or guarding against a cut, the ball player on paper, Weirdward waking, making the modern ancient again, the pharaoh in wage slave apparel, Virgilian, a server of drinks to men, as Emily Dickinson editing his nigger hymn, and entering the academy with the janitor's keys. Yo, geography friend, the street and ocean, a sonnet sequence, sleep, sand, poetry, the soft seabed, the geoid where over long dreams went. Geography friend, the street and ocean, a sonnet sequence, sleep, sand, poetry, the soft seabed, the geoid where over long dreams went. Yo. So weirdly skilled, a poetry filled with coke, weed, and pills. Wobbly the street as he whirls to and fro, walking from the beach to commercial. I'll be there or not in 9 kilometers. It's very hot on the Fahrenheit thermometer, very like the water in all my clarity, light falling here. I'm walking here. With the midnight cowboy, a cook in the clinic like Anna Freud. Yo, that's not sexist. That's her eclectic gift, preparing the psyche for life at sea. The rights reach and white people, white and black, his tribe the freed savage in the dichromatic binary habit. The very blackamoor they whipped running free in Marianne Moore's wit and subtlety. The rubble deep, spinning the mummery into the infinite nothing of sleep. His discipline, no free will, so disciplined, so disciplined. Not anything otherwise. No free will. Could he have done anything otherwise? His discipline, the poet studying Yeats closely and going under his ale coldly flowing as love this playfully growing rubber on his agency, plain spoken on acid, chain smoking strong cannabis, the waves unfolding all elastic, snappingly glittery, the black mystery and animistic seas discipline, The poetry running in Adidas, slowly discovering the secrets to channel the convent's deity, blackening the waters of the sea with these evil demons, their supernatural discipline. Godzillas and King Kongs, his communistic songs for squalidly living gods committed to rock and hip-hop, such crucial discipline. There is no free will, alas. Yo, dig it. Discipline in these far-flung bars, drunk this infinitely dark nothing. Baruk the one, your car stuck in his art's mud, your stars struck to his arms, to the tusks. Mbaruk under the stars, hunting armored trucks, the jarhead struggling under Mars above, with an avant-gardist tough hard luck, as if his puzzling art were enough. Under the stars, giggling in love, and Baruk's limit this bubble, as if it were a puzzle, whether purple or subtle, the rhymes occurring as street signs obvious. The slimy hippopotamus driving people bonkers, dishonored, the mind purring as the feline calls to us, wild, unnerving as a creep riding the autobus. Stop, enough. Stop Mbaruk with the freestyle water plug. Yo, these guys were all corrupt. Even I who'd sought your trust. This lightning shocking us, the sign from God above.
But not all debts can be repaid.
In time their science will fall in love, reaching for his shiny bottled water, teaching idle gods their origin, the stand-up crucial. Though was it black enough for Trudeau? The poet's sapid soothing ode to those rappers who wrote.
Because I've seen their future in the glory.
Perhaps just to fuck with you, the rappers began to mumble, splish splash into his funnel, a twirl as the capital W. The secret characters written in speech, apparently cryptic, the P's and T's stirred into liquids, on PCP slurring his criticism, falling out of love with the science, doubting the bulk or the size of it, his flock huddled on an island around the sculpted Dionysus. How's everybody grooving? The crowd deaf to what he's doing. Now one heckler chucks a shoe at him, intellectual. But is it music? The cloud's a puzzle as human desire, struggling through a blue environment, flowering up as the funeral pyre. The down under uprooted and rewired. A kangaroo reading Eigner, Snyder, Kiger safely flew through the dreams of a spider. The dream catcher, the sleet rapper, street splashy with his words. And now for a mid-verse disclaimer, I hid a picture of Drake in this verse, his power to kiss a perfect stranger as delivering AIDS in a curse, eldritch, the ghost he conjured. And it's postmodern, the soul still walking over the fallen, his bones rocking, the skull nodding, the skeletons flipping out dancing, everyone risen from their caskets, selling this hip-hop to those addicts in letters pitched as bloody blackness, in black scribbled hosannas. We laughed and giggled so bananas in the glittery snow, a savage in his winter coat wrapped up.
Break into your love with stolen hammers. Take it in the blood, that's just the soul on vanquish. Aim for the respect and never miss it. Missiles that grazed offer the slaves for the attendants. When it comes to open arms, that hug means call the alarm. Tall sateen figure, no color, just clear as no fog. When that mist sets in, all is unbearable. Tentacles in quarantined areas. That's the day of Chrono Cross on PS1. Sit back with that 32-bit combat, turn based off the cognac. Playing bootleg switch games, time to switch games. Beyond any critic can press his reach. Been writing this for a year, while still learning how to speak. Chatter is that serotonin multiplier, but also the opposite. Brainwave genocide inside one's own blank stare. Who can catch this, let alone pick it up? Collecting digital dust. Pivotal to trust self to overcome the crush. It came from no listeners, the subject's always the same. Just a poet in need of legs. A platform that can be arranged. A stack forth tribute acts and rain. Take over tribes like Ragnar, die with the snakes. Offer the passage of free to play, no strategy guide master, just that online walkthrough. Comments bought the mansion, that in-store purchase, capitalizing billionaire who has 4 different pussies. Soap drop intentional, had that fresh cherry until time for Nookie. Limp Bizkit on stage with Feldman, aka Rocky Dennis. That guitar sounds of death, better sip some of its liquid. Get sober, nada, what's the point of saving Gotham? Addiction to justice, should've just chose the Candyland goth arm. Then the heroin would have not been harmed. Settle down low with that beast that burning. No miles on the walk, just treats and tourniquets. Never done the needle but so intrigued. Salvia down 74 West Crawfordsville, got used to real life dreams. That nectar has the penny scent, track bumps during the bleed.
Perhaps just to fuck with you. Yo, check it out. There's no free will. Dig. Couldn't have done otherwise. A toast to death, that ancient human itch. Our poetic fate, the huge abyss. So the red wave grew rich, approaching representation as the cubist. Though he might be too French, his vodka's so unlike an Übermensch. The Nietzschean intervention affecting your TV's reception. Smack an alcoholic upside the head. His hat knocked from the truck while he sped as he follows from X, Y to Z. Trans knowledge discovered by the West. Black sovereignty's what I expect. Black bodies untied and fed. The savage office where gun rights were protected. The bows and arrows he carelessly wrote. So unlike the Federalists, the smog was black enough. Abolish Canada. So the rhymes were whipped cream, post-time, post-physical being, devoted as lions in the evening to poetry's lines and breathings, pouncing on prey, these failures, mouthing their prayers as we make up verses and hourly labor his raging words, exact the message through his antennas. Revolution in his glass reflected as the lunar landing or tennis. Yeah. Dig. The poem like a long western, so politely not for everyone, mobilizing non sequiturs, total fire his song, festooned with nylons and pantaloons, Homer on the microphone, the golden orb in the sky, so the post-colonial mind, unfolding his sublime nocturnal ocean, the sky, in the cold of his style, or hold your toes to his fire, performing Romeo's desire, the growing boulder of his line, the rolling doja sits 5 a.m. twilight to twilight style of him, polymorphic on the track, on a course toward Alaska, folly recorded on a camera, his overlong drama, a show on the channel, the boat wobbly laughable, more robot than animal, or going off the asphalt and strolling along the path of his dog. Along the road less traveled, dick. Soaring like the J, what more can I say? More to my taste as orange and limeade. These sugary letters as he and his Pusha T together. The freaks of a leather, sleeping together. Whether green or green-esque, the verse reaches its effort. The penis severed in the struggle between heaven and rubble. The nothing new under the sun. What is to be done? As Lennon, his endless hip-hop, beheading the bitch cop, suppressed as death grips politics. The yelling isn't obvious, the death schizological, holding a 10 to the nostril, sniffing his medicine in his hospital. The city hostel in the nocturnal living on ramen, imprisoned in obstacles, the crystals of frost below, Whitman and also Thoreau, glistery falling snow, his god the poet, sisterly watchful, the bottle's broken. A fight begins, the godly poet slicing skin, Wale, ASAP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, Tyler, Kendrick, Mac Miller. I'm trying to murder such people, make sure their core fans serve another evil. Don't wanna hear a noun or a verb from such people. Competition for the culture, his vision so out there, freestyling like a motherfucker, fucking going nuts on the microphone. There is no free will. Psychotic on the mic, a robot if you like, done otherwise, nodding his head to these free will. These awesome percussions, lauded as I was Satan obliged by creative brains naked. The tunnel's deep chill underneath the hill, adultery fulfilled without free will. 3 pawns in a purple, incontrovertible, as E equals MC squared. 3 people went Weirdward. Despite the death of his Clytemnestra, the light ahead, their bright, vengeful mother. The poem Blackwater and Waving Arms, invoking the great canonical bards. Oh, Shakespeare's, guide us through the black neighborhood Weirdward, inside the Cadillac as offspring of infinity, this white paper. In all things bring me to my nature. The looming trees proud by design to supersede that clown Einstein. Encompassing time and space, the wild waves mumblingly writhing away were my fate. Thunder and lightning and rain, while Satan, drunk under the sky's evil rain, dryly waits. Yo, don't fear the new. Row Weirdward in the canoe. The red W among buildings, the Vancouver downtown, that truer substance, the cloud, his deconstruction of the image. We distrust above the citizens, moving as W around, under doves and other infinite things, running around, an elemental luster about the glistering flute uttering aloud, a Jupiter of sound. By Jove, the weird of a colored woman entering the theater, the weird of a lover bending the knee to her, the weird of a red W turningly wending Weirdward. All things wend Weirdward, lathered hair hanging, her watery speech altering and exceeding the words and gathering their imaginary qualities and becoming weirder, more mythic and finally ineffable form the image. All things went Weirdward, from a few normal seeds to unicorns, e.g. a flu-born oversea, ruin or achievement rich and strange. Drops from the dripping wisteria, little Christ's, interior kitchenette, hall and living area, night. Spotify on the internet, kneading the dough, surprised in the kitchenette. The reapers at the door. Yo, dig, yo. The poem exhorts its readers to observe in the ocean or in me the universe, so bored of these beautiful words, the phone chord's weird loopy curve. The poets form as if we needed Schubert, the golden hornets and bees, their Midas touch. This deep fried butter, reality rising above words, the commandments 10 from Moses, accepted as we accept homelessness, the traveler through metempsychosis, injecting the 70s into my golden bivouac, the traveler's souls as Kerouac, on the road as the hair on his back, the Sasquatch, rowing through the jungle, not knowing who the thugs were.
Strap-ons and jetpacks, latch on the get back, feckless and easy to tear, torn up in Bruglia, naked and afraid, changes to be made, ignore the next track, advance, avoid tracks on the arm, always been afraid of hard drugs, but a slave to hard liquor, forget the dreams, it's just a whisper, latitude lost by a receipt for $6.66, that's not a symbol, yell hell Satan to the cashier, it's all a game show, politician hosts. That Sunday feeling, have a great pistol to the throat. Caution flag, all is bad, all of them are dead, none of them are alive. That's opposites class, don't fret over broken strings. That water paper verse is a basketball. No trash can land the shot, so it's just rebounds for the carpet. Start a hard on just for all thoughts to off it. Using a lot of one-syllable words, simple passion, no rhythm curse. Placid until know-it-all. His name is Dirt and he's right-wing. Snipe this twerk and don't hit the hiney. That shadow was your dog, spigot broke his streaks of song. Catch it all in the background. Better compose off daily what keeps the sunken city afloat. Band camps in art gallery with pictures you can click on and hear the sounds they make. World champion pizza jumping down Mel's home. That sugar grin adheres to the charging. On job 0% experience. This little bug can take down a giant. McDonald's crooked burgers always down the pie hole.
As animals cursed, as Adam the first, so Nas in the rehearsal, his his affluence, assing it through the lens of a camera to jump in his greed, the money deep. Brethren, as Led Zeppelin, dead presidents spake for me as JC, okay, sweet, post-Canadian weed, skating the streets, icy black, ignite the hash, the lightning flash as Michelangelo's statue of David Andrews' laziness illuminated in this radiance. As Henry James, the sentence involved every sane editor's erect cock, infidelities of Chekhov problematic, as the god rappers, bus drivers cancelled, as the number 9 to Granville. You're gonna die, warped under time, an ordinary sublime, wherein corpses rise, the form as a line, bordering China, a chorus of cries, you're gonna die. Hands like so waving rap flotation, oh Satan going crazy, crowned the king of drowning, the flowers pink carnations, a dark favorite of the smartest and craziest, the florist flounces more literal than pounds, images flouncing his literature, a brown, sinister, evil black, the town's minister treed at last, indeed it's as if he were trapped, beef rap, peace attack, his Greek attic, free Andrew, free Andrew, free Andrew, free Andrew, you're gonna die, warped under time, an ordinary sublime, wherein corpses rise, the form as a line bordering China, a chorus of cries, you're gonna die. The rain ancient and timeless subsided, the night a few stars and a crescent moon, perhaps a slighter, and Mbaruk and his Vancouver pals decided not to mind the rain, and climbed atop the fire station, 4 teenagers smoking more weed together, so high above violently the pavement, and climbed quietly in order not to wake them down the slippery little ladder. Now when I think of it, I panic every few days, as if it weren't too late. My grip did not slip, I didn't almost fall. This might have something to do with Brian and Baruk's brief fatal misstep on his secret nature trek. We'd find him months later in a pool below the waterfall.
Yellow, green, orange, loop, yellow, green, orange, loop, yellow, green, orange, loop, yellow, green, orange.
Yo, I warbled as the blackbird and you didn't even know it. The floral pattern of blue, yellow, green, and orange, pornographic as you don't even know. As George Sand, his women knew more than we know now. You're a savage and you don't even know it. The man sipping his Tuborg beer foam as Alex and his droog, so evil though he's transformed by the Ludovico approach. His hit rap video, a pseudo peep show, as the Pink Panther to Clouseau's ego, singing la la la. You don't even know this shit is banana, spelled UOENO. I lived in Africa, here few poets even know of it. As black music pre the Stones in a red Benz with your best friend and you don't even know. As if Elliot and Ezra, who you don't even know. As Sappho follows me creepily in snow. She's made of words embodied and secretly bestowed on paper. Her body an incomplete Greek poem. I praised her to my colleagues and she didn't even know. UOENO. My shoe soles feel exposed. It's obvious. The truth shows through these clothes. I bought a new pair of shoes and you don't even know it. The song Therapeutic and you didn't even know it. Rick Ross, his verse couldn't have been included here. Though you don't even know. You don't even know.
Rick Ross here to mediate this meeting between the
blue, yellow, green, orange.
And the turbid ocean swells, a falling shade through the circles of hell. Nominated for the worst rolled L's. I'm on my way along the turns of the trail as Dante walking purposeful behind those complications Virgil defined. The stars nakedly curved as the lines along your forehead, the surface of your mind, their long-form text circular by design, these radiant spheres as Shakespeare, the way clearer, the late dreamer's face near, tasting her tears. Dear Prudence, the veering humanist, weirdly into the theater's luminance, as Lear confusedly greeting the moon as his, seething on the lute to those least in tune with his music. In sleep numinous, correcting my failures, though was it worth the loss? His grace becoming a perfect frost. His afro, the field of cotton where black souls dream of God's revenge. The capital list, bleeding providence, cash for the needy. No, not for them, it's all for my friends and maybe the environment. We want to give it all to them, but we started from the bottom, you see. So it's all for me. All for me. And swells his ocean turbid, the salty heavens rolling over it, the poet drinking up all of her story, going up the pink Mount Purgatory, the toiling Barbie dolls penitent, enjoining our evolved feminism, those loitering stars the smog corrected. In a darkness non-threatening, is this the return of a bluer nothingness, the perversity and superabundance? The word's really true, it's not a structure he put the words into, it's all stuff that happened. The drunk dancing ocean turbid, such a rapper as no one had heard yet, supplanted by so many wordsmiths who'd have danced and wept to call him a personal friend, as Andrew and producer Wedget Seymour, gadzooks, hallelujah, we'd never seen it before. Wedget Seymour is also an MC, better than these moronic, awkwardly postmodern, surreal juxtapositions and wordplay. The service insane, your pastor flipping through Sikorsky, rapping into you his sophistry. Andrew Mbaruk, they call me, though any black dude behind bars is also me. Yo, let's just say it, fuck capitalism. fuck racism. Wow, so brave, another Malcolm X, isn't he? In a gown redly glittery, dancing around as in Schindler's dream, within the reality of the movie. Rhymes and stars, ours to sell. Rhymes and stars, ours. Rhymes as the stars, rhymes and stars, ours to sell. Rhymes and stars, rhymes as the stars, rhymes as stars, ours. Rhymes as stars, rhymes as the stars, rhymes as stars, ours. Ours to sell. Rhymes as stars, rhymes as the stars, ours. Rhymes as the stars. No free will. No free will. As Drake uses women, we break into his fridge and tape his use of Ozempic. No weight to his wisdom. No great need for critics to explain his euphemisms. We aim to shoot to miss. Many thank yous to the chef. His communistically read theosophy as the coffee tree, yielding coffee beans, breathing God into me. As Locke and Hume, rock rot and ruler prog music lodged in his cognition till he quaffs from the river this quantum physics. Your mob's victim in his free will as waves in the wind in his predestination blessed, framing a Seth in his comics panel, this latex condom wrapped soul, feeling like Pablo, connected, schizo-affective, his plaque discredited as the smashed dentist stabs his apprentice, smashing the dentures. See, it's all bones, these hip-hop poets, theological shit, the apocalypse, streets awash in it, the froth of death, bleeding God a debt. These rappers of the rapture, meeting God in heaven beneath Alaska. The permafrost is melting. Breathe through the mask here as the villain in blue velvet, wearing thin as human endlessness, their black trees silhouetted. We plant the trees foreverly, though there has to be an end to things, or perhaps three endings, on land, in the air, and on the sea. Dig his stab at eschatology, scribbling his rap text on the beat with all this speech. Why does blackness threaten so ominously that they try to stunt our access to technology and water? Even the gravid clouds hold an answer. The lambent flowers know, perhaps, sir. The struggling green jungle understands why some people love to hunt blacks. They love us as bullets love geese. Yo, such men and women are the police. Yeah.
I know why you've come, false shepherd. I see every sin
city under an illiterate sky. Slippery blood, the black limousine of night. Hit by a truck, alas, the liminal drive into the truck, a crash, the literal cry. The city under an illiterate sky. Windows above the cat and spinning hi-fi. The city under an illiterate sky. Infinity must have an infinite mind. The crazed ocean, a dark blue haiku. That age-old Mbaruk behind you. Behind the creeping cirrus, openly scribbling his evil id in the Moleskine rhyme book, strolling by the brook, a burbling idfinity. Idfinity. Polymorphously. A burbling idfinity. Fishy his outstretched infinite line. Infinity must have an infinite mind. The hippie poet ambling through the market, distributing roses, Andrew Baruk. Sometimes a marijuana cigarette is just a marijuana cigarette. For some rhymes about the black experience. Choose to be your warm dead body, an aporia embodied, or not to be. The question unformed, the noble shattered pottery. Know this erratically spalled belief, deep in philosophy western. Who are we? All of us. In whose car? Who's on the bus? Alright, here's the thug. Standing on urine, the cell floor sticky with it. The small room, a metaphor for history, isn't it? How to sequester the question in a sector too central to mention as Poe's stolen letter, and let the ghosts, those wretched of the earth, go unnoticed below the pleasures of the poet's unfolding next word. We're each clad in a uniform orange, jihadists ruining insubordination. If I get out of this, I'll eat more lettuce. An octopus in its seafloor crevice. Dig it. The housewife's secret in an alcove. The house alight on freedom inflammable. And observe the murmurous chatter of the rain. In words uncertain as black thought explained. As the curtained person I am wont to change, and burn the world in Fanonian flames. Burn the world. Yo. Smash cut to exterior, the absolute oceanic night. A cast of white Portuguese voyagers on glittery waves in flashback light. Galleons in black and white. In Faulknerian italics, all carried by ink's blackness. They leap before you, yelling Santiago, restrain and enslave you into that infinite, that realist thing, that nothingness we are. The blackness where anything might be waiting. Are you hip? Dig. A last gasp or two of truth from the demiurge, unconscious Andrew and a chew, unendingly verbal in August. The human genius Jesus drew through Bluetooth earbuds. A Europe into the soup, a blue glue, the teardrops. Eerie waters, euphony new, shooting the moon, a searing ogle as we watch on YouTube. The truth confused. beneath their thoughtful Greek gospel as pupils in a zoo, rude, even hostile. The cinematographer moving her crew and zooming into his sneezy nostrils. Weirdward, whether belching the new Drake in godless ecstasy, or helping to shape consciousness ethically. Weirdward, whether gladly splashing down the declivity, or tethered thrashing to the sound of his poetry in formlessness, turning and discerning those MAGA hat zombies in the lava lamp Wobbly. This unreadable slime, infinity speaks its mind, arguing its heart in sparkling random blobs. Chartreuse, its art darkening to a black dot. Mbaruk darting athwart the rink with a slap shot, his black thought hurtling netward. And this poem through its lines bestows to you a diamond. Let us go then, you and I, beneath an overview of time. Weirdward, from I do toward beleagueredly YU and beyond the Black Sea. Lapping the beach. Speech acts, black deeds, no preacher'd utter. Blasphemy, the soul's eastward struggle. Rap for me, oh Weirdward W. They laugh to read those graffitied words under you. Pterodactylic in their psych ward gathered. Terrible lizards in a dinosaur hexameter. Verily mythic, I'm more factful. A Maximus willful with the myth, the crowd sings. The mastodon crippled and kicked around the ring. A black god intimate with Mr. Pound's scribblings. Andrew is not interested in addiction counseling. Splashy weird, his craft beer, verbally bubbling, dizzy, a weird word W. Andrew is not interested.